Hey everyone, this is Bad Brad, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, as it relates to touring musicians and crew members. It's a subject that needs to be brought to light, because life on the road can take a toll on your physical and mental well-being. Now before we get into it, please hit that subscribe button, the like button, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my content. Now let's get into it. PTSD in touring musicians is a very real thing. How do I know? Because I've experienced it myself. Touring musicians live a dream that many aspire to. But behind the glitz and glamour of the stage, there's a reality that often goes unnoticed. Constant travel, sleep deprivation, and the pressures of performing can lead to a perfect storm for mental health issues, including PTSD. Imagine living out of a suitcase, constantly on the move, and facing the pressures of delivering a perfect performance night after night. The irregular schedules, long hours, and lack of routine can create an environment where mental health can easily deteriorate. It's a lifestyle that can lead to anxiety, depression, and in some cases, PTSD. PTSD isn't exclusive to combat veterans. It can affect anyone who has experienced trauma, and for touring musicians, that trauma may stem from the challenges of life on the road. Recognizing the signs of PTSD is crucial for both artists and those working with them. Flashbacks, nightmares, mood swings, and social withdrawal are just a few symptoms of PTSD. If you or someone you know is experiencing these, it's important to seek help. One key aspect of addressing PTSD in touring musicians is the need for robust support systems. Bandmates, tour managers, and industry professionals all play a role in creating an environment that fosters mental well-being. Having a support system in place is crucial. Musicians need to feel comfortable reaching out for help without fear of judgment. It's also important for the industry to prioritize mental health and provide resources for those on the road. Coping with PTSD is an ongoing process, and there are various strategies musicians can employ to manage their mental health. Therapy and counseling can be very helpful. Meditation and mindfulness. Establishing routines on the road. Workout schedules. Time to reflect. Time on your own. Time to recharge. And prioritizing sleep and self-care. These are some ways that you can help relieve the problem of PTSD. Coping with PTSD is an ongoing process, and there are various strategies musicians can employ to manage their mental health. Therapy and counseling, meditation and mindfulness, establishing routines on the road, healthy routines, prioritizing sleep and self-care. It's essential for musicians to take the time to care for their mental well-being, and for the industry to promote a culture of understanding and support. It's real easy to see that guy up on that stage and say, man, he's living the dream. But let me tell you, when things go wrong on the road and there are hard times, it is very often people that work in the industry saying the exact same thing. How you doing today, man? Standing next to a broken down bus, or your equipment failure, or a bad crowd, or any number of things that can happen on the road, and they'll say the same thing. Oh, just living the dream. It's not as easy as it looks. It looks like it's a lot of fun, and it can be a lot of fun. And not all musicians experience PTSD. In fact, I would say the majority do not. However, situations on the road can quickly become volatile. You're on the road with a bunch of creatives, people from different cultures, people with different opinions, and people with different lifestyles. Sobriety can be a very difficult thing to manage on the road. Alcohol is everywhere, and it gets very easy to fall into that trap. Just a few beers, it'll help me sleep. Just have a couple more shots. We don't have to get up early tomorrow. I'll have a few more beers. And of course, other substances can rear their head on the road. These are things that a lot of people may be using to cope for their situation, but in reality will do only more harm. PTSD, once again, it does not occur in all touring situations. A lot of the times you will find that you're having the time of your life. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's difficult, but you love the lifestyle. But there are situations where it is not an enjoyable experience, where the pressure gets too much, where there's too many dates, too many things to do during the day. There's radio events and TV appearances and all these other things in addition to the show. And it's a very high pressure situation. You're playing the same songs potentially every night. You're not allowed to, venture too far from that dynamic. And, sometimes the songs might not match the actual mood that you're feeling. All of these things can factor into PTSD. You also have situations where potentially road managers or management might be a difficult person to deal with. And the pressures, once again, will only increase in this situation. Now, my suggestion would be, if you're going on the road, have a plan to take care of yourself, to make sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you're getting some exercise, and trying to eat right, because it is incredibly difficult to do those things on the road. Well, that wraps up today's video on PTSD and touring musicians. Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Have you or someone you know experienced the challenges of mental health on the road? What strategies do you think could help address this issue? Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow music lovers, and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for tuning in.